Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Hippo Cup 5, masquerading as Sweegie Spring Cup. It is Winners Bracket Finals weekend, and we are getting underway with the Winners Bracket Final starting right now. It's Discoboyz 3 versus Oomfie Aim. And they are getting right into things as we already have the roles in the first couple bands out. It's going to be Discoboyz winning the role, opting into second pick. Oomfie opting into second ban in response. Get a couple quick Hard Rock bands out to start things off from Discoboyz, Hard Rocks 1 and 3. And go with left hand, getting banned out by Oomfie Aim, Nomad 2, and DT 2. So now with that in mind, teams, Discoboyz 3, Captain Yolkspy, but it seems like Captain Malteser today, joined by Chili Pear, Defan, Zakoro, Malteser, Miles, Sigi, Toki, and they technically have William Stetson on their team. I don't know if he's going to play any maps, but he is on the team. So, you know, that's a thing to keep in mind. On the other side, Oomfie Aim, captained by Emmy, joined by Nope KJK, Kurumi, Crystal, David, Kirochi, Iger, Noriko, and Kevin, aka Vivace. Should be a banger. Both these teams have, I think, clearly established themselves as the top two in the tournament. They have really high skill caps. They have very well-rounded rosters full of players who can play all kinds of different maps. And I think this should be a hard-fought match in the first round here, where we're going to see some best of 15s. So first 8 for the win. Just a little bit longer. A little more time to stretch out that drama, potentially in a late match scenario. And it's going to be going on at the same time as the other two matches today, because this is Sweegie Spring Cup, I guess. So we have 14 UTC. We started Pepsi Japan versus Greg. Pepsi Japan up 4-1 already in that one. Greg, I think, pretty clearly the most skill cap team in the tournament, still in the top 6. And starting a little bit after this is going to be Dadunai versus El Dupa, which I think should be contested, but I think El Dupa is just probably better as a team. You know, it has really felt like Dadunai has relied a lot on Milk Tea, and if he can't just straight 1v4, then they're gonna have trouble this late in the match, in the tournament, because their team just doesn't have players who can really back him up on these very, very difficult pools that we're seeing. But, you know, you play the match because you can't just go off of chalk and just assume that one team is better than the other. So that one will be starting up in just a little bit. These are all going to overlap. This is the only match we're going to see today. There's just no way around it. I don't know. Every team is just these horrible international mixes. Best start off with Hard Rock 2 as the first pick from Oomfie Aim. That is, of course, as you can see on the screen, Double Helix, Glissando, the difficulty. This is our variable BPM. It's 101 to 162, 156 as the average, but it's extremely rhythmically demanding. A lot of very challenging changes between, 1/4 rhythms, 1/3 rhythms, 1/6 rhythms. A lot of flow aim in this one, a lot of finger control required, and it's very, very long. We're starting out, because I guess they just love doing this to me, starting out with the longest map in the pool. This is the only map in the entire pool, other than the tiebreaker, that's over 5 minutes long, and it's the first pick. So we're just starting things off with a very lengthy one. But it's very consistent difficulty. There's very little room to kind of recover in this map. Not a lot of breaks. So we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to get things going in our Winners Bracket Final winner. This one guaranteed a top 2 position. Loser guaranteed a top 3 position, and they'll await one of the 4 teams in the losers bracket for that losers final next week. We're going to be starting things off with Malteser, Chili Repair, Miles, Yolkspy against Iger, David, Kurumi, and Crystal. Crystal has looked really good on a lot of these flow aim maps over the past couple of weeks. I know Chili Repair has done some pretty nasty things on this map in his practice, so this should be a very competitive map to start things off on. I don't really think either of these teams is super favored in a lot of things. You could argue that Discoboyz is maybe favored in sort of left hand in general, but with this one being more of a rhythm map than, you know, like a pure speed or stamina map, it's going to be a lot different than the maps that oomfie aim banned out with getting rid of Nomad 2 and DT2. That was kind of the worst of like the stamina requirements taken away that they felt they wouldn't be as strong on. Hard to see though that variable spacing coming in the flow aim picking up pretty rapidly. Everybody having an okay time so far. Just the early break from Miles. And it looks like maybe a break at about the first 3 combo from Kurumi. Chillier is going to find the next major reset. That's going to be on one of those buzz sliders, but David follows it up, so no advantage gained for either team. And I think this is probably what you're going to see throughout a lot of this match is just teams having a lot of combo a lot of the time, even though these maps are very difficult because they're just really good. Miles and oomfie do find a double break. David trades it back, but his isn't really as bad. Kurumi, though, will be the next to go. So it's Crystal and Iger with the combo against just Malteser. Unsurprisingly, Malteser, of course, you know, the left-hand specialist of Discoboyz. Here goes Iger. So it's now Malteser versus Crystal, and Malteser winning pretty handily in the accuracy department. It is a 6 million point lead for oomfie aim, but there's a lot of time still, a lot of combos still. Malteser goes, and there's very little combo now in Discoboyz as Chili Repair and Miles followed up. Crystal still going until he finally breaks, and now it is technically almost dead even on combo. You have oomfie just under 400, Kurumi about 70 combo behind him, David down at 200-ish. oomfie aim are going to hold on to this lead for quite some time. oomfie can't really bring this back by himself with an 8 million gap. And now there's just no combo on anyone, as those are a lot of breaks. So we're getting to the point in this map now where you're halfway through. Your left hand's like, okay, man, we're having an okay time. We're going to do what we can the rest of the way for the next, you know, almost 3 minutes. But we are not doing so well right now, as there is very little combo anywhere out there. The players saying, okay, guys, let's recover things here. Get a little bit of a slower part. Maybe build that combo back up. Things can become interesting when the score gap is only 8 million points. Well, you gotta hit those wiggle doubles. If you don't hit those wiggle doubles, you're gonna have a bad time. oomfie and Miles finding out the hard way. Chili Repair breaking right after. And now this is pretty firmly in the grasp of oomfie aim. Again, still a lot of time left, still a lot of combo left, but that is a lot of combo on their side. 500 plus on Kurumi and on Crystal, just behind are Iger and David. And there's only 2 players with over 100 combo for Discoboyz, so you can kind of do the math on that one yourself and realize what that means in most cases, unless something really drastic happens to oomfie aim in the remaining third of the map. They have kind of just jumped out to a 17 million point lead. They doubled the gap back to Discoboyz, who are falling behind rapidly in this one, like a sprinter trying to make it up Alpe d'Huez. They're just not having the goodest of times. They're not really built for that sort of thing. And oomfie aim looking like they're going to take a pretty comfy little 1-0 lead to start things off in this match. One of those occasions where Discoboyz just needed a few breaks to go their way to build up some bigger combos, and they weren't able to do so through the majority of the map. And there's always been somebody on oomfie aim with a decent combo to keep the lead. Right now it's David at almost 900, holding off oomfie and Malteser with aplomb as we come down to the ending. Surprising amount of combo at the very end, but it's not going to matter. It's a 21 million point lead, and oomfie aim are going to feel like they did something right here with their first pick, because it's going to be a nice big win. And David is still alive with his 1100 now combo. The man knows how to play the video game. He knows how to click the circles. Will he FC the last little bit in the ending here? Boy, howdy, he just might. Oh, finally a slight misaim on the flow for David in the ending, but no real harm done. Even FC's last 60 combo for good measure. That's almost a 30 million point win for oomfie aim, and they will take a nice little 1-0 advantage. So first pick. 5 minutes later, we have a first point. Oh, that's awkward. Why is that like that? Just the weirdest. Okay, it's fixed anyway. And now we go to Discoboyz for their own first pick. Nomad 2, DT2 banned away from them. So maybe you can go something like Nomad 5, DT3, if you want to chase after that skill, or if not, you can just kind of do whatever. They do have to pick eventually, because if the timer runs out, there will be no mercy for them. Best of 15s are notoriously without mercy when timers are taken into consideration. Pretty sure it has been very nearly 2 minutes by now. And it's going to be Nomad 7. How many Nomads are there? There's 9. So that's going to be micro.wav. Which is a map that probably everybody should be familiar with by now. CS 5.5, AR 7.3. So it's low AR, it's low BPM at 172. You gotta read, you gotta control your fingers. You gotta be aware of what is happening at all points in this map, because it is, much like the timer, extremely merciless, and will have its way with you if you do not treat it with the respect that it deserves. One must be astute, one must be prepared, and one must approach microwave gingerly and with much fear in one's heart. If one is able to do so, then one may be successful. But if not, there is a chance that one will be spit up, chewed up, spit out, left for dead by the side of the road. As we await the players, this will be only the finest of finger control, with the Koro Yokespy Defons coming in for Discoboyz, joined by Toki. Looks like we've got David, Noriko, Nope, and Crystal on the side of oomfie aim. An unsurprising roster, I think, for both teams. Glad to see that Defons has name changed back to Defons. Brony CEO was extraordinarily cringe. As we hop into this one, quick update: Pepsi Japan 6-1 now leading Greg. That is a very one-sided affair, as to be expected, really. And away we go. Our gimmick players are set. Our map is prepared. Ikoro and Yokespy have loaded up the hidden modification. They will be matched by Nope KJK and Shina Noriko. So there's Toki Defons, David Crystal on the Nun mod. And here we are. We've seen players performing very well on this map of late. I think the capability of OSU players to play gimmick maps like this one has grown exponentially over the past year or so. Utami and Takedo both putting on a show on this in ADS last week in the Grand Finals. Let's see if any of our Hippo Cup players can match them. So far, so good for just about everyone. Defans and Nope KJK gonna trade a couple early breaks. Koro gonna follow up as well as Toki. That's not good. That's not what Discoboyz wanted to see. Crystal, though, trades at least one of those. Yokespy, unsurprisingly, is gonna be the one holding the FC, but his is gone as well. So now it's David and Noriko. Trying to build up a lead for oomfie, but there goes Noriko's FC, and it is down to David once again. Let's see how long he can maintain this combo. That FC keeping oomfie in the lead. This is a pretty short map, as you can tell. We're already halfway through, and the lead is just about 1,000,000 points. And with a little bit of free-ish combo, oomfie quietly sneaking out to a little bit of lead, but we go back, and it begins again. Players have to contend with the second half of this map, which is quite difficult. It does not get any easier the rest of the way. Koro Toki doing everything they can to keep things in touch. David and Crystal, though, holding them off. There goes Crystal. Now things will get very interesting as David and Crystal both break, and the lead is going to just shoot on over to Discoboyz. There it goes. Toki cheesing that out. 88% accuracy, but it does not matter because he, Yokespy, and Koro all had combo. Yokespy 99.37 with hidden. Koro just under 99. And Koro is going to bring home the best score. I am shocked, I tell you, shocked that Akoro put up a score like that. 6.5 million. Just the one break from him, I believe. Very solid accuracy from Akoro and Yokes. And that is a quick little 1-1 Discoboyz saying, okay, you guys want to go hard rock flow aim finger control. We will go low AR reading finger control and a little bit of that control aim as well. And they're good to go with that one. So that's a quick 1-1. These teams trade their opening picks. And so, we will go over to their second pick, excuse me, from oomfie. Will they go back to Hard Rock is the question, and the answer is yes. And it's gonna be tonight by Bentham. Joel difficulty. I don't think that, no, it's quite old. I was gonna say, I don't think this has anything to do with I'm a Fancy Lad. But I guess, I don't know. I don't know anything about Joel. Anyway, you should probably know this map because it's been around since 2017 and it's one of the more famous disco maps, I think. This is one of his, I don't know if I'd say earlier maps. I don't know how old his mapping career is, but certainly, well known. It's like Grid Snap, but it's Grid Snap like as if it were mapped on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like, it's Grid Snap, but just off by a couple degrees, and it just provides this slight sense of unease. Like, you just feel a little uncomfortable when everything is like 8 degrees tilted to the left. You would think it's this nice, like, linear Grid Snap, you know, very geometric map, and then you're like, wait a minute, and your head just sort of tilts a little bit so that you can look at it in a straight line. And it's just weird. But it's a super cool map, and the song is a banger, and it is a fun one that, as I said, most people should be familiar with because this has been around for 5 years now. Hopefully we should be able to get going here. As Pepsi Japan take a 7-1 lead against Greg. All right. Hopefully this isn't another one-sided weekend. Last weekend was pretty bad in that regard. It was like one close match. This one hopefully will be a little more contested as Crystal is getting a head start on everyone. All right, here we go. We've got Sigitoki, Chili, or Yokespy against Vivace, Kurumi, Kirochi, and Crystal. Kurumi, Kirochi, and Crystal. Say that 5 times fast. I'm a little surprised to see Toki in on this map. This doesn't seem like a Toki map to me, but what do I know? And early breaks. Kev, Kirochi, and Kurumi all breaking in the beginning, but so do Sigi and Chili, so not the craziest. This is like interesting because, you know, you don't really see hard rock reading maps all that often, but I think this is still, this is like perfect stacking and overlapping even with hard rock. So it is going to bring in a little bit more of a reading aspect to it than a lot of picks in this mod pool typically would. And of course those reversing overlapping streams are death if you just like do anything wrong at all. Miss aim, miss tap, whatever. And we get into our nice little geometric square pattern chorus Ki section with Toki and Yokespy still on the full combos. Crystal has 1 FC for oomfie aim. Vivace not too far behind. Chili repairs continuing to break in this intro. Does not even have 1,000,000 points yet, but there goes everyone on oomfie aim, as well as 3 of the members of Discoboyz, so it is just Yokespy now. That was a 7-way break within a very small amount of time. And Yokespy, well, accuracy be damned, he's gonna keep his combo. Who cares? He cares not for your silly feelings. Hitting within the hit error window is a mere suggestion in the world of Yokespy. He is carrying his team out to a 3,000,000 point lead. And there's a 3-way reset once again for oomfie aim, a double break for Discoboyz, but still Yokespy keeps on keeping on. The man is just simply not missing. His aim looks a little wild, but it's hitting the circles, and at the end of the day, really, that's all that matters. And this is just a Yokespy gap at this point. Finally breaks in the difficult portion here in the guitar solo, but at this juncture, it really doesn't make that all that much of a difference. Because it is a 6,000,000 point lead, and there's just not combo on oomfie aim for it to matter. So this is the typical Yokespy strategy, I suppose. Just get all the combo you can out of the part of the map that you can play. Don't worry about the fact that there's a part of the map you can't play, because by that point your team's going to have a large lead, and you can just kind of ride it on in, unless Discoboyz really collapse the last quarter of the map, and oomfie aim FC pretty much everything that's left, which just doesn't look likely, as they have no combo on anyone except Kirochi. And Kirochi breaks as well, so this is going to be our first break point of the match. It's going to be a 2-1 lead for Discoboyz. It's going to be their own pick to come after this, and well, it's Yokespy with a 9,000,000 score, and the next highest in the lobby is about 4,000,000 from Crystal. There was just never a time where oomfie aim were in this once Yokespy got going and they had nobody with combo. Because this map is very hard, and those back and forth streams just catch everyone out more or less constantly. So there we are. Oops, Sigi, you good, brother? Okay, that was a little weird. But yeah, that was That was a one-sided affair on that pick. Just well, more than it felt. I mean, 5 million points is not a huge gap, but it was the difference between Yolk's Pie and the next best score. 35 misses. Crystal had 17 misses, but unfortunately couldn't really get a combo going. And we already have a score. Pepsi Japan 8-1 over Greg. An hour-long best of 15. What world are we living in where we can have an hour-long best of 15 in the same tournament where we had an hour-and-a-half-long 7-3, or our 40-minute-long 7-3? I'm so confused. Anyway, good job to Pepsi Japan. They'll go on to wait for the winner of Dajunai versus Altupa. But, yeah, that was a little bit of Yolk's pieing. The match has been Yolk's pied. Or the map, I should say. Excuse me. And that will also confirm that our match tomorrow is at 14 UTC, by the way. Everybody who's curious. As now we get the pick from Discoboyz, see if they go another gimmicky pick and, you know, try to consolidate the break point that way. So the Nomad 7 first pick means that they're feeling confident in that sort of, oh, I'm not, okay, I'm apparently not logged in. Obviously confident in, you know, that kind of low AR reading skill set. And they're gonna switch it up. They're gonna say, you guys banned out left hand against us, we're gonna pick a high BPM map. It's gonna be Nomad 5, which is Disappearance Addiction. This map is 294 beats per minute, aka fast. That being said, it is not really a traditional Nomad 5 in the sense of requiring raw speed and stamina, because there's only like 4 streams, and there's like, what, a couple streams at the beginning, a couple streams at the ending, and then the bridge breakdown thing has a little bit of speed in it. But outside of those sections, it's basically just an alt-aim map. Like, is really what it comes down to. Because there is very little in the way of bursts or streams. As we wait the 4th for oomfie aim, it's Malteser, Toki, Yolk's Pie, and Sigi. Okay, so is this gonna be another Yolk's Pie strat where he just like double tap into the beginning and the ending, but he FCs a ton of the rest or gets good combos because he has good aim? I feel like that might end up being what happens here. And then we've got Kurumi, Kirochi, and Crystal so far for oomfie aim, and they'll be joined by David as their 4th. And away we go. This intro is going to be the speed. We're gonna not look at Yolkspie's accuracy because it's a myth. We're not gonna look at anything, I guess. Okay, here we go. This intro is not hittable, like, by and large. It's so difficult, but it's the rest of the map that is, you know, where you're gonna actually be able to get combo and build up some score. As you can see, this is really just, like, high BPM. It's alt-aim. Oh, it's a triple reset from Discoboyz. Toki, Malteser, Yolkspie. David trades one of them, but Kirochi, is that an FC? If that's an FC, that's kind of insane. And then Kurumi and Crystal both comboing. Not starting off the way that Discoboyz would have liked their own second pick, but this is sort of the risk you run. When the teams are this good, very few picks are going to feel safe. Toki, Kirochi find a trade. There goes Sigi. That was the biggest combo on Discoboyz. Kirochi, though, biggest combo for oomfie aim, so it's not the end of the world. Malteser and Yolkspie are not that far behind Kurumi and Crystal, but now they are as Yolkspie breaks. And Malteser gonna be left all by his lonesome for Discoboyz, as Crystal and Kurumi both have combos about 200 higher than his. oomfie aim out to a 4 million point lead. Still half the map to go. Plenty of time. This does feel like the sort of map that Crystal and Kurumi can do quite well on, and they are thus far. You have the middle four players all building up. Toki, Sigi, David, and Kirochi. Relatively close combos from them. It's really just the fact that oomfie aim have one full, massive 800 plus combo. Not full combo, but, you know, to really just enable this lead to continue growing. It's now just about 10 million. There goes Yolkspie again. Kurumi finds a miss. Toki is next. Crystal breaks, as does David. So it is Kirochi as the only combo, and now that's gone as well. Malteser on 1,000, but breaks on that quick buzz, or kick slider, excuse me. That would have been interesting if Malteser had hit that. And yeah, 294 BPM stream, guys. Okay, we've got ourselves a 10 million point lead for oomfie aim, and it's gonna be breakpoint right back. You know, banning out Nomad 2 and DT2 makes the other team think that you're not good at speed, but when the Nomad 5 isn't actually a speed map, it doesn't matter. It just makes no difference. They can pick Nomad 5 all they want, but it's actually an alt-aim map, not a speed map, so it's fine that they're not as good at that skill set as they may like to be. Because they can just do this and be better at alt-aim. This is like a harder Nomad 4. Or Nomad 3, whichever slot. I think it's Nomad 3. Sorry. And, you know, the parts of the map that actually involve speed, nobody can hit anything in. And so you just end up ignoring the first couple hundred combo and the last couple hundred combo, and you end up with a score result like that, where the team that banned out speed wins the speed map and ties the match up 2-2 with break points back and forth both ways. Yeah, that's what happens when the Nomad 5 isn't actually Nomad 5. Is the team that shouldn't be winning Nomad 5s wins the Nomad 5. I don't know. I mean, it's just a quirk of this pool, I guess. But less this pool and more every pool in this tournament, so I guess it should just be an expectation by now. Doesn't matter. Because Nomad 5 is aim, not speed. So we're tied up 2-2. And 2 PM, of course. There you go, Nomad 3. That makes sense. You win the alt aim Nomad 5. Well, let's just go straight to Nomad 3 as the next pick. Cruel Angel's Thesis Eurobeat remix. This is so not surprising. You play the Nomad 3 but faster, and then you just play the Nomad 3 itself because that makes sense. They're confident with alt. They won Hard Rock 2. They won Nomad 5. So we go Nomad 3. I mean, it's really a logical progression here for them to be following. I completely understand this pick, and by that nature, they're of course going to lose it because that's how this goes. But yeah, this map is really hard, and it actually, again, is kind of one of those slot twisting picks because it's a Nomad 3, but it has a lot of slider aim. Like, this has some super Nomad 4 aspects to it. And it also has a lot of wiggles, like, what's the name of that one song? It's an LMFAO song, right? Is it from Sexy and I Know It? They're like, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah, that's basically this map. LMFAO had a hand in the creation of this beat map. I think Mello owes them royalties for overuse of wiggles. (160 BPM, 4 minutes long. A circle size of slightly smaller than normal. It's 4.2. And it looks like maybe Chillier and Miles rolling to see who plays. I'm not really sure. But we've got a Koro Sugi, Yoxpai Chillier against David Crystal Kirochi and Eiger. Oomfie aim feels really scary on this type of map. Yep, and out goes Chillier again. Discoboyz engages in a small amount of trolling, and Miles comes back in. Yo, unironically, what if Discoboyz picks Fremont 2? Because Fremont 2 is actually a speed map. Fremont 2 is secretly a speed map. Because it's like 302 BPM bursts. It's like, I think Fremont 2 is more of a speed map than Nomad 5. But anyway, getting into the quirks and features of a Cruel Angel's Thesis Eurobeat remix, you get the Lance of Longinus. That's a very nicely mapped Lance of Longinus slider, if you ask me. And away we go. And, okay, that pattern is easier than it looks, I guess, because I saw it and I was like, everybody's gonna break on that every time, that stupid, like, 1/16 buzz, double buzz slider into slider thing. But everybody hit it, so what do I know? And, of course, the Discoboyz are going to establish the lead at the beginning because, this is the other team's pick. So that's how this match is going, I guess. There was a time when we picked maps and won them, and that time has passed. That time is back in 2018, I think. But you get to see the wiggles. It's a little bit of cursor control going on with just a little wiggle waggle happening in these patterns. Discoboyz looking good so far, but there's gonna be a lot of time for this to get wild and wacky. Yoxpai, of course, holding on because why else would he be in? Is that slider directly copy pasted from Airman, by the way? Oh, here's that expanding square pattern. Akoro hits it, and Kirochi hits it too. But yeah, there's that slider that's like the conch shell slider, like straight out of Airman. I don't know, looks exactly the same. Very little combo at this point. The lead for Discoboyz is actually relatively solid because it's like 1.8 million, and there's just not combo. That being said, Eiger is matching Yoxpai, and Crystal has a 200 combo to back it up that is unopposed, more or less. So this is possibly going to get close. Well, now it's not. Crystal breaking is just Iger and Yolkspy. And now, well, the lead, 1.4, 1.5 million. But it's combo advantage Discoboyz. Ikoro just about 300. Yolkspy breaking is going to be not great for them. Iger still holding. That is huge for oomfie. Needs a backing combo, or you need some more combo to break from Discoboyz to start really working away at this lead. Crystal breaking is not what oomfie wanted to have happen. They really need to break out of Ikoro specifically. Or they can just four-way reset them, or three-way reset themselves, I guess. That's the other option for oomfie. Ikoro and Sigi, okay, there goes Ikoro. Sigi now is just gonna give them a bigger lead. It's out to 2 million again. Crystal, the only player now with combo, as everybody else is broken. He's got 250. So we watch Crystal with bated breath, and well, we can expel that breath very quickly because he breaks very much immediately after he is mentioned. That's kind of what happens on this map. You just break places because it's so hard to be consistent on this kind of thing. Still a decent little chunk of time left and combo left at the ending, but I fear for oomfie that they just don't have the combo advantage and thus will not be able to bring this back in the late stages of this map. They have attempted to climb the mountain, and it looks like they will come up just a little bit short by virtue of really never being able to take advantage of Discoboyz breaking. And we are going to see 3 straight break points. oomfie losing their second and third picks of the match here. Unless something really wild happens. Nah, there's no way. And Discoboyz now, 3-2. To the good on their quest for 8. And they can say thank you to Ikoro and Yolkspy. Iger with the best score in the lobby, but unfortunately just didn't have another player. They needed an extra 1 million points or 2 million points somewhere and could not find it. They were sifting endlessly through the desert and unable to find what they were looking for. No treasure marked with an X. Instead, Discoboyz steal away another point. And their own pick to come with 3-2 lead. Maybe they can consolidate this time because they could not before. All right, so we've seen 3 breakpoints in a row. Can we make it 4? That is the question. What will be the pick from Discoboyz? They went Nomad 7 into Nomad 5. Do they go like a Nomad 6 or maybe a Nomad 8? I could see one of those happening from that sort of team. If not, then you do have like DT. Oh, okay, Fremod 1. Wow. All right. I'm here for it. I am here for it. This is wild. Yep, I'm cool with this one. So I'm just jumping here real quick, but it's Miserloo. It is Miserloo. I don't even know how to describe this map. Guitar Hero 2 vibes for sure. It is it's like it streams, but gone wrong. How do you play? How do you even play Guitar Hero without a guitar full time? Like, I know there were controller players out there, but there were not very many of them. Yeah, I left myself notes for the maps, and my note for this one was literally just surfs up, dudes. You know, if you're Red Pixel, who has like 97 AC on this, which is ridiculous, you can just play this stuff. But like the streams that look like wiggle streams, where you actually have to aim them because they're just far enough apart, that stuff, it's not fun. You're not likely to have a great time. It's just back and forth jumps at 200 BPM. Except it's actually 200 BPM, like 1/4, so it's 200 BPM streams rather than 200 BPM single taps. Streams, but gone wrong. But away we're gonna go here in just a moment. The Jelly Chef's coming out. It is Miles, Toki, Yokes by Akoro. It's such a funny roster to me, because like Toki makes you think speed, Akoro makes you think like weird, Miles makes you think hidden, and Yokes is like gimmick niche, but actually in for speed and streams for some reason on this team. Like he played No Mod 5. I don't know. Kurumi, Crystal, Kirochi, Nope is also kind of weird to see. Like, no David and no, I don't know who else. It feels like Kirochi's in for a lot more stuff than I would have expected, I guess, but you know, it's working out, so not the end of the world or anything. But yeah, Miserloo, it's these streams doing these things, and the later streams that are gonna do the things the later streams do. This is pretty tame, right? Like this is fine. This is easily playable. The first few hundred combo, like you should get a 400, 500 combo, and then this happens, and you've got like the dead center wiggles, and these are straight streams through, by the way, mapped as quads. And then you get these nice little triples into sliders, and only one break for Discoboyz. It's just Miles. Meanwhile, resets for Nope and Kirochi, as well as Yokes Pie, so it is now Toki and Akoro for free, because Kurumi and Kirochi both broke. And we are having a great time. Akoro is having a great time. Speed player, Akoro. I don't actually, like that, like how do you play that? I don't know, I'm not sure. You don't, I guess is the answer, because nobody did. The answer is just you kind of don't. And so once you take a lead in this map, it's actually over, because there's nothing left to combo. Okay, had to enjoy that little break right there. That guitar riff is really neat. Okay, Toki and Akoro are just gamers, as well as Yokes by. Wait, he's actually comboing this too. Alright, I don't know, Discoboyz are just too good. They're just too good. I'm uninstalling the game, because I will never approach the ability to combo this like they are. In a match, no less. Akoro has a 450 combo, 8 million score, with over 90 AC. Which is like unironically impressive considering how everyone else is doing. And that's just gonna be Discoboyz taking the point. And now we get these bizarre spinners. I don't know why these exist, but it's like free accuracy, so who cares, right? Alright, Akoro, 92.5 AC. Yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. Best in the lobby by 4%. All right, bud. 9 misses. 8 misses on Toki. That's actually nuts as well. Discoboyz just kind of stamped their authority on that map. They said, we're winning this and you're not ever going to have a chance. Fuck this breakpoint shit. we're consolidating for 4-2, damn it. I don't know. It feels like these teams just, there's somebody on these teams that's a cheat code, you know. There's like Emilia on Pepsi Japan, and apparently a Koro on, actually just on Miserly, but still, like, there's always somebody, you know. And now things will be interesting because it's a 4-2 consolidated breakpoint lead. oomfie will need to win their own picks and find a breakpoint somewhere if they want to have a chance at climbing back into this one, because otherwise they're gonna have a rough go of things. Yo, thoughts on after this? I just open Clone Hero on stream and play that map in Clone Hero with 0 warm up. Alright, the pick is in, it's Nomad 8. Which means we get Nanatsu Hiragi Suiko, which is one of the 2 back-to-back Hollow Wings maps in the Nomad pool. Nomads 8 and 9, both mapped by Hollow Wings. And for some reason this map is really goddamn loud. That's like at least 50% louder than the last couple of maps. My ears do not like it. But this one is going to be very, very heavy aim control requirement. That cursor control in this map is not to be scoffed at. Of course, little finger control as well, because we can't have one without the other. Much like Kindred, never one without the other. Let me know if anybody else thinks this song is super loud. I have the volume adjusted like to what I think is decent, but I can't really tell because it's leveled in OBS, so this just sounds really loud to my ears. It's gonna be Chili Pair Toki, Yokes by Akoro for Discoboyz, David, Crystal, Kurumi, and Nope for oomfie aim. Julie Chef's coming out. Means we should be set to get into this one. oomfie have lost their last 2 picks, so now would be a good time to buck that trend. And maybe, just maybe, get another point on the board. Falling behind 5-2 with the next pick to go to Discoboyz would not be a great feeling for them, I'm pretty sure. And here we are, Chili Pair Yokes Pie hidden against David Nope on hidden, Toki, Akoro, Crystal, and Kurumi on the modification that does not modify the game. Everybody will be able to build up at least a little bit of combo in this intro, but that's where the easy part of this map kind of ends. And Chili Pair will be the first to break on those little cut doubles. And those are just triple rhythms, so it's like a double and then a jump to the 3rd note in the triple, which is very cool and very good. Thank you, Hollow Wings. You see the just precision of the snap aim required in these patterns. Akoro the next to miss, so Yokes Pie and Toki have to do what they can for Discoboyz. It's a 4-way FC still intact for oomfie, and a decent lead going to build up based on that alone. 1 million plus points already to the good for an oomfie squad that really needs to get their feet back underneath them. There goes Chili Pair once again, his 2nd break. Still the 4-way for oomfie. Really acquitting themselves well here in the first 500 combo of this map. Yokes Pie and Toki still keeping the combo up, keeping the hope alive for Discoboyz. But it's going to get more and more challenging as the map goes on. Akoro has built up a decent amount of combos since his early miss, but Chili Pair just not having a great time. And all of oomfie still full comboing, and there goes Toki. One of those 2 remaining FCs for Discoboyz falls by the wayside. David and Crystal on the top, Kurumi and Nope on the bottom. Just keeping the FCs alive. Finally, Nope will be the first to break from that team, but it was 700, almost 800 combo from all four. Oh, the Buzz Slider catches David and Nope. But Crystal and Kurumi are gonna match and in fact exceed Yoxpai and Dekoro. So no worries for oomfie aim, who really just came right out of the gate on this pick. Landed in a full sprint and did not let up. Kurumi will break near the end, but Crystal follows it up at the same time as Yoxpai, Toki, Akoro, and Chili Bear. So, no FCs to be had, but a big win for oomfie aim by 12 million points. And it'll be, finally, a one pick for oomfie aim, first time since the first map of the match. 4-3 will be the score in favor of Discoboyz, but oomfie aim, you know, controlling things. Maintaining the match, only the one breakpoint advantage allowed to Discoboyz. So nothing too bad. Very solid scores. Yoxpai, of course, top scoring. Why wouldn't he? Crystal, though, doing quite well, as did Kurumi. And it's an instant pick. The score wasn't even out yet. All right. We go right into double time 5. Party for you, Holy Night mix. So this is the old DT. It's the shortest map in the pool, just 1 minute and 7 seconds. 238 BPM, very ancient style of, you know, kind of that linear type of patterning you see in those maps from back in like 2010 or whatever. It's interesting, depending on where you look, one place I look says 239 BPM, one place I look says 238 BPM. That's interesting. Anyway, this is, it's 2009 left-hand map. So it's probably just gonna be Malteser doing things. I think there are certainly players on both teams who can play this competently. But it's so easy to just get tripped up a little bit. So what do we got here? We have a Korotoki, Malteser, Chilier pair. Vivace, Emmy, Sheena, and I thought I maybe saw Kurumi, but I'm not sure. And it is indeed Kurumi as the fourth for oomfie aim. So we'll get underway, hopefully in a very short amount of time here. Discoboyz looking to send it to a 5-3. oomfie aim though. Yo, Hippo Cup 4 throwback. Yo, Hippo Cup 4 throwback. Malteser's playing Dancing Kung Fu. We're going back to 2021 group stage. All right. Enjoy your finger control, lads. Enjoy your linear aim. What was the stacking limit in 2009? I feel like nothing's ever perfectly stacked. Anyway, Kurumi, Emmy finding some early misses. 4-way intact for Discoboyz, the first couple hundred combo. The disparity in accuracy is quite astonishing to witness at this moment in time. Krumi, Kevin, and Malteser, of all people, all breaking. There goes Emmy as well. And we get a little Bancho. Discoboyz just are going to win this. I can already tell you. It's 2.6 million point lead. Like, this is actually over already. We're just fully frozen. All right, GG's. Chili Repair is the only one left playing. What is happening? Everybody's just playing whatever they feel like. I don't think there are any two screens at the same point. At least there weren't for a second. What the fuck? Our Chili Repair's done. What the fuck just happened? I don't even know. Bro, Bancho is so sick. I don't know if Sheena like DC'd or something, because everybody's done except for him, and the MP link doesn't show him as being done because it's still in progress. So I think Sheena may have disconnected. He may be a slight bit discombobulated. His PC crashed. I think he just needs to probably get MP kicked because, like, unless he... There we go. I don't even know if it's going to show as finished, but unless he was, like, FCing, it didn't actually matter. Yeah, he would have needed a 5 million score, so it's Discoboyz taking the point. Like, it just doesn't matter. Did Koro actually just FC? I swear I saw him break. Nope, that's an FC. All right, cool. Cool, man. No problem. Let's go check the no-fail leaderboard. Oh, you can't check the no-fail leaderboard? What the heck? Wait, is it under no? No? What's it? No, you can't. Wait. There it is. Okay. I had to pick the right mod icon. All right. NFDT leaderboard. Koro is number 1. Actually, nobody has played this with NFDT because Koro, Chili Repair, Malteser, Kevin, David. I'm pretty sure all just like those scores are on the leaderboard now. But David was not in for it. David did set a score on it though. Oh, there's Emmy. That's really funny. It must have been like the first or second pick in the previous match too, because there's scores from like exactly an hour and a half ago. Okay. We're gonna stay in the double time pool. It's gonna be DT6. I don't know where our referee is. Where's our referee? Hello, Mr. Referee. Please select the map. Thank you. He is here. It is all good. It is time for Cult, Glove Assault, and Worship. Why does this vocalist remind me of, what's the song from a couple weeks ago? Hang on, the alt map from a few weeks ago. God-ish? Is this the same vocalist as Sekai from God-ish? Or does she just sound exactly the same? I don't think it is, but it sounds really familiar, or similar, I should say. Anyway, this is just alt DT. But it's like the weirdest freaking patterns, and it's Air 9.8, but it's like actually weirdly dense. I don't know, maybe it's just my take on it, but this map feels like kind of bizarrely dense, all things considered. Wait, this is Rei Hirose? Hmm. I still think she sounds like the singer from Goddish or whatever. I can't tell if Malteser is trolling in Twitch chat or not. So we wait and see. Okay, he's not trolling. I still, like, the problems that the Osu client has with, like, people trying to leave a lobby and still showing as being in the lobby, like, it's so weird to me. Like, how is this game so badly coded? Unreal. I mean, not even to mention any of the tournament client issues, because we've seen, like, a bunch of them already and everybody knows about them. And Peppy will just be like, fixed in laser. Go play on laser if you don't want bugs. Laser's perfect. XD. Alright. Also this, where like one player just randomly doesn't load. Super fun. Okay. Okay. The core defines Yokes by Miles, Eiger, Kirochi, Crystal, and Nope. Which is a very interesting DT roster for oomfie to be running, by the way, which it kind of just says that this is not really a DT map. But yeah, you're gonna see some crazy alt patterns, and that's just this entire map. It's very short as well, so combo kind of at a premium because there's basically next to no free combo in this. You can break on so much, as you can see. Players just struggling, and Defon's, of course, resident alt god for Discoboyz, holding an SS through the first 415 combo. That's not normal. Okay, he dropped 100, and he broke. All right, all good. He has the best score in the lobby by 1,000,000 points. I mean, I don't know. Somebody needs to check this guy's PC. This behavior is abnormal. And that's a 1.4 million point lead for Discoboyz. Not a lot of combo other than Nope on oomfie. He has enough to work away at this lead, but not getting a lot of help as the rest of the team other than Crystal is kind of missing a lot. There goes Crystal again as well. Koro's only 150 combo behind Nope. Is that enough to keep them in check? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, but Nope breaks. Oh, that would have gone because there was no combo on Discoboyz and Nope had a lot. But unfortunately breaks, and Discoboyz hold for the moment. Miles? Okay, wait a minute. There's combo on oomfie. Kirochi, no, but Nope has combo. Crystal has combo. This could come back over at the last second. It's actually gonna. Oh, but Nope broke. Oh, but Crystal broke. Oh my god, wait, this is gonna be so close. What can Yokespie do at the ending here? He's the only one in the lobby with any sort of combo, and it's about 200, which should be enough to hold on to things for Discoboyz. This is gonna be, oh, so close to the very end, and oh my god, Discoboyz, hold on. By 54,000 points. Well. Yokespie with the clutch as hell combo at the end. And yeah, 54,799 points for those playing along at home. Nope KJK putting up a 3.2 million score, and it still wasn't enough despite having the best score lobby. not as big for Discoboyz as I would have expected it to be. There was Toki, there was Emmy. Yolkspie is holding. He has 87 act, but he's holding combo. And that's why Yolkspie is probably in the history of Hippo Cup the best Hippo Cup player there's ever been, because he has this uncanny ability to combo stuff that he shouldn't be able to, and like just not miss on stuff that you would expect him to miss on. It's ludicrous. But they're gonna win this pick, and we knew, I think, going in that they were gonna win this pick because they're just by far the better left-hand team in this particular matchup. But it's just crazy to see like Yolkspie top scoring a 305 or whatever BPM burst map. It like just boggles the mind. It defies comprehension. Yeah, it's like Yoshi Love but bad. Like, if you consider Yoshi Love maps good, this is like Yoshi Love if he didn't know what he was doing. This is like Dark World Yoshi Love. But Discoboyz win it. They have a 7-3 lead. That's match point in their favor. Existence, but he has this uncanny ability in a tournament match to just have combo, and you look at his screen and you just wonder how he has combo, and you don't have an answer for it. And he has, you know, multiple Hippo Cup badges to show for it, because that's just what he does. I think, right? This. It's the weirdest, you know, he has, what, Hippo Cup 2 and Hippo Cup 3? Couldn't play Hippo Cup 4 because of BWS rank. And now looking all the more likely that he's going to have Hippo Cup 5 as well. I don't know, it's a phenomenon to me. Anyway, the next pick is oomfie. It's the last hard rock. Marukute Hayakute Susamaji blah blah blah. Nathan OWC hidden map, except now it's in hard rock because it wasn't hard enough for hidden. This map is very, very difficult. I racked my brain for like how to describe this map, and it's just not possible because it has aim, it has weird sliders, it has weird rhythms, it has this 1/3 section that you're hearing right now. It's just a strange map, and it's a scary pick for oomfie, because once again, I think you could find yourself in a situation where like Yolkspie is comboing something, or Sigi is comboing something, or Koro is comboing something, and no matter how well you feel like you're doing on the map, you're just behind. But, you know, Nope, KJK, Crystal, Kurumi, and Kirochi is a solid hard rock squad, and it's definitely, you know, feasible for them to win this and extend the match out. Okay, I didn't say rhythm, but I also didn't say Moto Susamaji Ver Candy Panic Bomb, because there were like 6 more words that I didn't feel like going through all of that. So it's not just the only English word. Thank you very much. Anyway, in we go. And of course, after all the talk, all the time I spent talking about Yokespy, he does find the first break in the map, but it's very early and it's a relatively long one, so not gonna be the worst thing in the world quite yet. Siki breaking as well. All right, I talk about Siki and Yokespy having combo, and Siki and Yokespy no longer have combo, but there goes Crystal as well. And Akoro. All right, and now there's no combo anywhere except for Chillier and Yokespy. All right, Chillier pair is secretly a god. He has been pretty quiet this match. Hasn't played a whole ton of maps, has done okay on them, but now comes in for the last hard rack pick and is putting on a good show to start things off in favor of Discoboyz here. After the early deficit, they have reclaimed the lead. And there, Chillier falls, but again, Yokespy just holds on to combo. Like, it's what he does. It's like, you know, in Digital Hypno's user page, he has the thing about, you know, miss where others FC, FC where others miss. That's kind of Yokespy, is just the, like, hold combo where others break. Crystal is doing quite a good job of keeping combo up as well, and Yokespy does eventually miss, so Crystal's 400 combo is now relatively unopposed. He has no supporting combo, and he is at a 2 point something million point deficit, sorry. Just changing there. But, you know, this is at the point of comebackable still. Crystal just needs to hold for a while. And so far so good on that front. Another player who has sky-high potential and has not really been finding it in this match, but here, at long last, the carry is emerging from a little bit of hibernation. Oh, Crystal breaks right as their team was about to take a lead, and now look at who it is. Look at who it is with the combo for Discoboyz. Yokespy is just refusing to let them fall behind at any point in this match. He's the most ridiculous player to watch as he combos through that, finally misses, but as you see, there's just no combo anywhere except for Kirochi at 160. It's a 1.3 million point lead for Discoboyz. It is still, technically speaking, comebackable, but it is running out of time for oomfie aim rapidly. If Kirochi FCs the rest, though, if Kirochi breaks, however, that's basically over, and that, I think, might have just happened. It's going to be very close. It's going to be at under 1 million points, or just around 1 million points at most. But, once again, Discoboyz just finding themselves a little better. Just a little better here and there, enough to win. And that's going to do it. 700k, it's a closely fought battle, but it is a battle that is won by the Discoboyz by the final score of 8, it's best of 15, of 8-3. That was a solid showing from Crystal, but it was a more solid showing from Yokespy. I don't know, he just showed why his teams always do well in this tournament. It's literally a Yokespy diff. He just, I don't know. Like, if you look at like the last few maps, right? Like, Defon's had a massive score, and then Yokespy had the clutch combo in Cult. And then he top scored Fremont 2, and then top scored Hard Rock 5. I mean, that's just kind of, I guess, the thing that happens. And so we say congratulations to Discoboyz 3. They will be advancing to the grand final from winner's side. 8-3 score there. It's going to drop oomfie aim down to the losers bracket final. They await one of 3 teams. It's going to be Pepsi Japan, Dadunai, or El Dupa as their opponent next week. And we're going to be waiting on that one because there's still some matches to be played. But for now, GG well played in this one. Congratulations to Discoboyz. Well done to them. We'll see them in grand finals. And we wish oomfie aim the best of luck in that losers final, trying to climb back on up to see if they can get a chance at a rematch in the grands. They'll have a tough team to go through no matter who it ends up being, though. So we'll have to wait and see. And that's gonna probably be a good one in the losers bracket and a good grand final waiting as well.